Hello everyone and welcome to the module 7. We are going to start the first lecture of module 7 where you will understand the attachment style and how you can build a healthy attachment style, how it will help you to navigate your feelings with your partner. So attachment styles and relationships, what does we mean by that? How to start, where you feel that you are connected to a person, or when you are having a partner but you are finding how you are attached with that. There are different types of attachment style. We will see that what are those attachment style, and maybe you can reflect on your attachment style, so it will make your relationship maybe more stronger, and maybe your bond with your partner will also be strong bond. Okay, so generally there are three attachment styles. Okay, first is secure attachment, another one is anxious attachment, and third one is avoidant. Okay, as it is very clear with their name also, if you will see what are the secure attachment, how it starts, what are the signs that you are having a secure attachment with your partner or you are having an anxious attachment with your partner. So which attachment style you are carrying in your relationships, you can see that easily if you will reflect on the actions or you will reflect on your feelings, what you are going through, then maybe you can recognize that. And if you are finding it is not helping you, or you are finding that it is creating problems, you are having some problems in your relationship, then this lecture is for you and you can understand. So in secure relationship, how it starts, if your caregiver in the your caregiver, generally the primary caregiver. So when a person was a child, right, in the childhood, how a baby or is they are raising that baby, that child, it impacts a lot. If that child feels secure in their surroundings, their attachment style generally is secure attachment style. But they feel anxious, then they are unable to form a good relationship, they feel difficulty in forming the relationships, and when it comes to the romantic relations, they find that it's very difficult for them to form an attachment. They generally feel anxious on that side. So secure attachment style have some specific characteristics. You can find out that there are trust, you trust, and there are closeness also. You are very close to your partner, you don't have any fear that where that person will go. Maybe long distance relationship you are, but you are very much secure. You are in India and your partner is in the US, but then also you don't have any security that he will or she will be with someone else. So distance or time zone doesn't matter, because you have this kind of attachment style in your relationship. Another way is like independence. So you are free to do. There is no foundation that you should do or you should not do. You are free to take your decisions. There are always open communication. Whatever you are going through, you are able to share with your partner. They also feel secure in your presence. Whenever something happens, maybe you will be the first person with whom they want to share your problem. So that kind of attachment style is the best attachment style. So if you will observe in your surroundings, maybe to yourself or to your partner or with your friends or your colleagues, that what kind of attachment style they have, how they behave with their relationships, you will get to know that okay, that this is the thing which is creating problem. Maybe in their childhood they had not faced it, they were insecure. So if you will see that what happens, you can observe it in your surroundings. There is any toddler, they always have insecurity, they always want to go to their caregiver. If you'll go to a strange toddler and you'll say ki, hi, hello, that toddler may say or that may say maybe that toddler start crying. Okay, that is possible, right? Because he wants to just be with the person he is attached to. है ना. So why this is happening? When their parents leave them, they feel very insecure, they feel anxious at that time, they don't want to leave them. But when it comes, generally they hug, they touch, and they feel happy, it reflected. And some babies are, they go to anyone's lap, right? You feel that okay, this baby is very fine, that was very smiley baby, you like that. And some are always in a way, so you don't know how their caregiver are giving them that security. So they are developing it. Root exists in their childhood. From there it starts. So there, at that time, nobody noticed that okay, how it will impact, but actually it impacts a lot. So in anxious attachment style, there is always a fear to lose the person. There is a fear of abandonment. There is always a need of reassurance. And there are emotional highs and lows. You have seen in maybe in some relationships, the person who has this kind of attachment style, calling 100 times a person, or they want to recheck the phone of their partner whenever they get time. They always have a fear that that person will leave me. They can't handle their emotions, they are always anxious. Another one is like, okay, this is fine, I can go, but they have that, okay, where are you? Every time they are checking the location where their partner is, and they are making calls, they are in an important meeting, but they have to show, they are looking for the proofs. Okay, show me the proofs that you were there or not. If these kind of patterns you are noticing, it means it's a sign of the anxious attachment style. Another way of attachment style is the avoidant. What happened in the avoidant attachment style? You can find out that there is a discomfort with the closeness, they have emotional distance, and they have preference for the independence. They would like to go maybe for the solo traveling. Okay, they want to be with the person. When it comes for a social commitment, or it comes that where they have to do the same work, or they have to give the preference to their partner, they just detach themselves. After certain point, it's their boundary, and they say okay, no, we can't go, and they stop. And many people at this age, they have fear for the marriage. They want relationship, but they don't want a commitment, because they are seeing that they are insecure about that, they are avoiding, they don't want anything, any responsibility, any burden, they are not sure about. But if they are in a secure relationship, definitely they will look for a stronger bond. So if you are finding out that okay, you also have this thing, you also look, always you check for these symptoms, that you are checking the history, call history, or messages, or locations, right? Then maybe you have to avoid, and you have to come back to the secure. So it does not mean that it cannot be changed. It will take time, but definitely it can be changed, and a secure attachment style can be developed. It's rooted from the childhood, but in the adulthood also it can be changed. It will take time. So how it is? Attachment and communication. So a person who is having a secure communication, secure attachment style, how they will express their emotion? They will express their needs clearly. They will maybe SMS the person that okay, I need this, or I'm going here, I'm going there. You don't have to bond them, you don't have to always check them, but they will do on their own, right? And so you will feel more pleasure in that relationship. Your bond will be a healthy bond. But if it will be an anxious relationship, what will they happen? That where are you? They will not be satisfied your answer. You had answered, but then also they need reassurance. They always, okay, you will not leave me, you will be with me only. So whenever anything comes up, any style, whenever it comes, if they have these kind of communication style, you will find out in their, if you will look for their chats or their talks, you will find out how they are asking the questions. They, because they are anxious, they won't be able to express their feelings very well. And who are avoidant, how they will deal it? They will just, maybe they will switch off their phone, they will take a break from that. If anything, maybe an argument happen in a relationship, with you and your partner, in between you and your partner, or an argument happen, so a secure person will discuss about that openly, because he has that style, open communication. But anxious person will start reassuring the things that, okay, what is happening, why this happened, are you saying, are you sure about it, whatever you are saying, and many questions will be there. And avoided person, what will he will do in the situation, he will leave the conversation. I don't want to talk about the argument. So conflict will not be resolved in that situation, it will remain. You won't be able to angry on that person because he already left the situation, or wherever the conflict was. It will remain the silent. If you want to continue in a relationship, then you will just you will not be able to express your things, because the other person has this avoidant personality. Okay, so you may find out what you are doing or what others are doing. It's not only in the romantic relationship, but in the other relationships also you can find out. Maybe you look for in your family or with your friend circle, how they do whenever you are having a conflict, or they are facing a conflict situation, how they are reacting. So if you will observe them, you would be able to identify which style they are following. Some will be like, okay, no, we have to resolve it just now. They will talk about it. It doesn't mean they will be angry on this side, or they will have any kind of issue, but they will definitely try to resolve the issue at the same time. Avoidant will just leave the place, and anxious will keep asking the same questions and again. They look always for reassurance. So how you can navigate the conflict? As we were discussing, right? Secure individuals approach conflict collaboratively. So what do we mean by collaboration here? They will listen to your things and they will express their things also. So then there will be no scope for the conflict, because it's a collaborative approach. They are understanding your point of view, and at the same time they are expressing their point of view also, that why this incident happened. Anxious individuals, they may become reactive and it escalate the conflict. Because if you think that maybe you were going to meet your mom and your partner doesn't trust you, and he thinks that you were going to the market, or you just spend the time with your friends, and that your partner doesn't want that, so they will keep asking the questions that, okay, no, it happened, okay, maybe you spent just 15 minutes, then you left there, why it happens. Their tone may change, they may feel neglected, they may feel you are not doing it, but they may feel like this. And how avoidant individuals will do that? They will shut their things, maybe they will leave the place, they will just sleep, they will switch off their phone, you won't be able to reach out to them, they will not see the SMS, they will not see their mails, they will stop receiving the calls. It will be their pattern. Or they will just go somewhere at a nice place and they will just spend time with themselves. They don't want to be face the person, they don't want to be in this argument. So if you see there is a conflict, and then so how three people react on that side. As we were discussing, the person in an argument side, three friends are there, the same situation everyone is facing, but their pattern will be different. One person who has a secure attachment will talk about that, and who has anxiety, that person will may shout on that situation, may start saying, arguing on that side, and the another one will just walk away from that place. Okay, so what will be the best way? The person who has a secure attachment will say, okay, let's talk about it, because they are always open for the communication. Their way also, you'll see, it will be assertive way, they are expressing themselves. So if you want to develop a secure attachment style, just work on yourself first. Start writing down your thoughts, journaling, and then find out where the problem. Never stop communication. You should continue the communication you start, but how you communicate your problems, that is also important. So communicating your emotions, your thoughts, if you want to be in a relationship is very important. And especially in the, as we are talking about the attachment style and the romantic relationship, so in romantic relationship, if you have any insecurity, you won't be able to attach with that person. You want to get involved in a romantic relationship, but because you don't know how to resolve your conflicts, how to react on that side, and then you will be feeling very difficult to express yourself. So if this is happening with you, you find out the reason that, okay, how I'm going to express myself in a healthier way. You work on that side, because it happens. Every person want to be, when you are in a young age, right? You have feelings, you have romantic feelings towards your partner, but you are unable to take that relationship for long. It became difficult for you. You feel somewhere insecure. You don't want to get attached with the person. You want the relationship, but at the same time you feeling, no, this is not my cup of tea. Okay, I like that girl, but you don't want to express that thing, because you are not sure about this thing, that okay, no, you have something in the past, or the girl who had gone through some trauma in a relationship will have seen in the family, or maybe themselves, so she won't be able to attach with somebody. So if you are, they want that person, they say, okay, that person is very good, we share we share notes, we go on coffee, but when it comes for the intimacy, they feel that, okay, no, it can't be done. They have a fear, they develop. But how it is coming up, you have to recognize this thing and you have to work on this. So once you start recognizing, reflecting, and you start working on it, definitely you would be able to handle this thing. Okay, so whenever you feel that, okay, I am entering in a romantic relationship, so you observe this also, what kind of attachment style you have. And if you have anxious and avoidant style, then try to develop the secure attachment style. Take the help of the therapist. It's fine. After some counseling sessions, maybe you would be able to do very well in your relationship, and you will have a long way to go ahead in the relationship. So you can start working on this from now onwards. Just note down your thoughts, find out, journal. Keeping the journal is always a very good thing. So continue doing that thing. And if you are finding out that maybe when you want to develop a secure relationship, but it is not helping you, so you can work, you discuss with your partner, you develop a thing that I always communicate my things with my partner, always keep the door open, discuss about the closeness, discuss about the things where you feel difficulty, that it's about the physical intimacy, or it's about the verbal communication, it's about the emotional insecurity. Whatever you are going through, you must share with your partner. Then only you would be able to recognize that how this is affecting your relationship, how this is affecting your bond, and where it needed some attention, where you need to work on this side. So if what kind of relationship you are going through, you have to recognize, and then you have to develop another style if it's not healthy style. Okay, so how you will recognize that this is a unhealthy pattern? Okay, a person who is having the excessive need of reassurance or emotional distance, they are very clingy and they always avoid. Okay, so that is an unhealthy pattern. And if you feel they have the fear of intimacy, and they will never, it's very difficult for them to express themselves. They want the relationship because they are also emotional, they are in a romantic relationship, but after a certain point, because they are not confident on themselves, it exists in their roots, they are unable to communicate openly about that. So they have a fear whenever it happens. It's okay for you, maybe you just wanted to hold the hands, but holding hands, they are okay, just walk besides, but they are not comfortable in holding the hands. That is also possible. So you have to just hold back yourself and talk to your partner about it, and then take the another step, that okay, how you can increase your You can remove your conflicts and increase the communication between you. Maybe you can take the help of the therapist. Okay, if you are unable to share these things with your partner, you are finding out these things that it isn't me, or you are finding that your partner has these things, you should take it seriously and you should work on these things, because it affects a lot. Whenever a working mom leaves their child, maybe they start crying because they have these things that my mom will never come back. Okay, they have that fear. But when they hug their mom, they feel that okay, no, he's there and she will be back after some time. After that, they learn the pattern that okay, it doesn't mean that she's leaving me completely. Okay, they learned it slowly, and it impacts their whole life, because they created a bond at that time. Many times it happens that, in fact, you will laugh on this, but it happens that you see that when they are small children, if their mother or the primary caregiver is going to the washroom also, they wanted to talk, where they start looking that where my mom is or where my dad is, they start talking. So just so they say ki, okay, yes, I'm here. They are having a small conversation, just mama, papa, dada, whatever, and just by voice they are connecting. So the child, what form he is developing in his their brain, that okay, he is there. They are connecting emotionally, they are connecting with each other. So it's developing a secure attachment. And if you feel that you react emotionally at that time, many time it happens in a conversation, their response or their answer is always emotional. So it means that is also not healthy. They may be very aggressive during a conversation, and it will only increase the conflict. So you don't want to create the problems in your romantic relationship, but because roots are in your childhood, you have never faced this thing, secure attachment, and then it developed from that side, and still you feel difficulty to be attached with the person. This happens. So if you are going through that thing, maybe you can recognize that, is it really happening with me, and you can work on this side. And recognizing those things, the first step to deal with it, and how you can develop the secure attachment style. So first thing is self-reflection. You reflect, you may start writing your thoughts, you start journaling, and you can see what style you are having, because it's very important that you self-reflect. As I'm always telling you, that you reflect in yourself, or you observe in others that what is going through. So but first step is reflecting, and then taking a first step. Yes, I'm having this kind of pattern and I need to change my behavior. You may take the therapy also when you feel that you are unable to express with your partner, he is not understanding or she is not understanding, you always behave in the same pattern, and this is affecting. Because what will happen if you are not secure, if you are having this anxious or avoidant attachment, you will feel that there are some gap, right? There is emotional distance will create between you and your partner. You don't want to do that thing. You miss that person, but you are unable to express. You trust that person, but you are unable to believe on this thing that okay, that person will always stays with me, lifelong relationship will be there or not. You feel always. In fact, it's not about that the person is from the opposite gender. If your friends also, you won't be able to trust them. You feel that okay, they may ditch me anytime. So if you are having that thing, you definitely consult a professional and start working on that thing. You should practice the open communication. If you feel whenever a conflict arises, you just avoid that thing, or you get anxious, then you don't express, or you shouts, or you cry, any kind of emotion on the extreme side. There's a possibility that you go to the extreme emotion because you have that. Okay, you don't know how to express it. Then you start communicating clearly. You develop that pattern. You share your thoughts. Maybe and if you feel angry on that time, you started reflecting, and you observe that whenever something happen, I shout or I cry. Then because you were writing down your thoughts and you realize this is happening, then you realize that okay, this is my pattern. Then what you should do, you think that because I get angry, I will hold myself for a minute, then I will call that person, instead of calling that person immediately, that what is happening, where are you, and because there will be so many questions in your mind. You write down all the questions and later on discuss that. Don't stop. I'm not saying that you never discuss these things, but first you think, is it really important? Maybe after 2 minutes or after a day, when you will go through that, you will find that many questions were irrelevant. You don't want to ask these questions because you want to just be with that person. Why do then ask all those questions? Only this much I need. So you can hold yourself and then you start a open conversation. So if you don't ask the questions, you should ask the questions, but those questions should be relevant. So what you can do in this, there are just simple things. You have to learn that how to develop a secure attachment style. If you are reflecting on yourself that okay, no, this is not helping me, I'm unable to express myself, then start building on this side, that you have to always write the things whatever you are going through, and then gradually you discuss with your partner. If your relationship is very healthy, you are doing fine, right, you are, it's very good, right? You start that okay, I had, maybe you are coming from a family or the surroundings, you have so many people, you learn from them. Maybe you had observed in many families where they had gone through a trauma, or there were some conflicts between the parents. Children doesn't want to get attached with anyone, they were just into the studies only, they never get, they were unable to make the friends also, because they think that okay, it's not relevant. Okay, only finally this happens, they stop believing in the relationship. And if it is, it's only for the give and take kind of relationships are there, it never exists that somebody will help me or will always be with me. So you can develop a healthy relationship if you will work on that, what you will recognize that what kind of attachment style you have. And if you find out that it's a anxious or avoidant style, then maybe you can start working to develop a secure attachment style.